Good day, my friends. My name is Tracy Repchuk, and I'm the host of Reach Millions TV, an entrepreneurial lifestyle and learning channel where I will educate and introduce you to some of the powerhouses in their fields. As an entrepreneur for over 37 years, I've had the good fortune to appear on Forbes over 27 times, speak in 39 countries, appeared on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, won awards from the Senate, the Assembly, the White House, and President Obama. And I have reached millions with my message with 9 #1 bestsellers. So I wanted to show you with some specific trainings and by introducing you to people that can help you find more leads, make more sales, and reach millions with your message. You can find out more about me at tracyrepchuk.com and reachmillionsacademy.com. Now, today I am joined by Jamie Shibley, who believes that successful businesses are created through building strong relationships with prospects, existing clients, and business associates. I couldn't agree with her more. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. How exciting.
It is. Your topic's very fun, near and dear to my heart. You know, I'm all about the follow-up. That's why I create email marketing funnels, but you're doing this in a different way. And I absolutely love the approach. Now, your core message is about the power of a meaningful gift. Tell us the story that started that.
Holy cow. Well, I come from a corporate IT background, left that world after doing some e-commerce. And what all started it was birthdays and managing my own personal birthdays. And I couldn't keep up. And so I started a business where we would give you all the tools to do that. And really where it went is business owners were looking for this over and over again. Business owners were like, this is amazing. You write it, you do it. I know it's important and I've always wanted this personal touch as part of my business, but we're growing. I don't want to be the one doing that anymore. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess it's kind of a surprise market for me, but here we are. And now we are a strategic gifting agency, helping people really build those relationships strategically.
And I love that. It's so great. Gift giving is so awesome. Really not done enough anymore. Yeah. And I also saw that you really had a strong connection to your grandfather's floral shop, so tell us how you saw the giving and just the impact of something so small, really, right?
Right. I mean, you're in that space. It was a happy environment. People were giving flowers, someone was going to receive, and you just felt so much of that energy. And it was exciting to be part of that. I would work there in the summers and on the holidays. And it was just one of my favorite places. But, back then we didn't have the internet where you could reach masses, right? Mm-hmm. And so I watched this company, the way he grew that and maintained it, it was all through relationships and who you knew. And the thing is, and this is why, it's not just to us, there's multiple categories of relationships. It's not just your existing clients. This is about the potential of any contact, and you never know where that's going to take it. He had, back then, referrals came from anyone, even your competitors, right? If they couldn't serve the person, hey, this guy does it better, right? And so I guess from an early age, I got to develop that understanding that there's some real power in knowing someone, seeing someone more than just a number, which is easy for us to do in today's world when we're all about accumulating the masses, right?
I agree. And you said a couple things that's interesting in there. One, of course, was the building of the relationships, which again is why I'm so deeply into Be Connected, which is allowing those deep relationships to occur. And it's almost, I won't say forcing, but it's really giving an environment for that to happen in the way that it should for the deep connections. The other thing I loved was you talked about, kind of that in-store experience and then referring, hey, I don't have it, you do. I have just started this Airbnb thing up here in Nova Scotia we're a part of that. And it's a really fun thing, because if I don't have vacancy, I say, hey, just go try Fisherman's Daughter, or go try, my home Airbnb type of thing. And it's actually really, it's a double level there, which I am loving, of not just the relationship with the customers, right, but with your peers.
Yes, because you never know. And we've heard this in business, you never know where the next contact is going to take you. And that's the thing that I love that Be Connected did, because it's kind of this platform, like, let's meet, let's talk, and let's just get to know each other. Because, and I'm not coming at this from a place, let me throw up all my sales material at you, right?
Yes.
Truly, let's just learn about each other so we can figure out how to support each other. And what the Expressory does is it takes it, further. It's not just, don't just stop there. Don't just put them in your database and email them. I mean, there's another layer to it. Like, how could you show up in the physical world, which we've all, and COVID kind of made that even more apparent, right? Like, we didn't have the ability to do the face-to-face for so long. So how can I make that impact from a distance? And that's where the meaningfulness comes in, because don't just send something for the sake of it. Let's be strategic about what you're giving and why, so that person knows, well, you really see them,
Very cool. So it's interesting. Now, I'm involved with send out cards, which is like a seed of, at least it's something physical, right? So I send a card to a client, custom picture and note, like they always said we should do, right? Now, because so many of us, though, are in the service business, we might be thinking, okay, what does this strategic, I'll say, gift basket type of thing look like? So take me as an example. I help someone create an online program guaranteed to sell, right? Give me an example of what could I build kind of as a long-lasting customer relationship through your thoughtfully designed kind of memorable customer experiences.
So here's what we would do is we would look at, all right, what you're doing, what your brand, how do you help, how do you serve them long-term? And we would design almost like a roadmap for how you nurture that relationship, all the way from the point that, they're a lead, you convert them. But then what happens after they finish their program or they achieve the thing you were working on? How do you still maintain that relationship so there's potential for referrals or them, giving you some increased visibility? So, for example, we would maybe recommend, all right, how are you welcoming that person into your program? Is there a thing, a gift that gets sent from the moment they sign on to the program that motivates them to work hard in this program? And, maybe it's giving them some of your material, but it's a physical piece that's in their space that, okay, yes, and I need to get there and I need to get there. And then guess what? When they do, what are you doing at that point to celebrate them? So for you, hey, reach millions. Like, there's what comes to mind is themes like, hey, you're going to be a complete celebrity. And so is there some kind of, celebrity experience that's going out to them so they know this is how I'm going to feel when it's done? And then when it is done, like what celebrates them? Maybe they need a picture of themselves on air somewhere, right? But it's this commemorating, because now they have something in their space and they can talk to others about it. So if I have something hanging on my wall that came from you and I'm talking to someone new, hey, what's that? And it sparks the conversation and you're coming up all the time.
Love it.
So that's the kind of things we look to recommend and help people execute.
Very cool. So how did you kind of brand and differentiate yourself in this competitive marketplace?
Well, okay, so send out cards comes up a lot, and I didn't even know they existed when I started this. So like I said, business owners kept coming to me and they'd say, so once I figured out, okay, there's this need in this service, and I started to do the handwriting of the cards and all this stuff. That's what people kept saying. Oh, so you're like a send out cards. All right. So what's a send out cards thing? So a couple of key points of differentiation that really guided me all along. I come from that background, right, in the in the floral industry, but I've always been a maker. So I scrapbook, I've always made cards by hand. I've made gifts, it's just me. And so all of our cards are handmade by artists across the US. And so in that way, you have something that helps you stand out as a brand as well, because people aren't as quick to throw that away. They can tell someone spent time on that, right? So that in itself is lasting. I really want to maintain handwritten, because I think that's an art that's moved away as well, right? And people can feel that something more went into that. And then that whole concierge thing, because coming from that IT background, what I know is that the more you introduce systems and steps that people have to take, the less likely they are to do it. And so you're not going to maintain this effort as the business owner if you constantly have to go in and be the one to make a decision, write it, and do it. So we want to show up as, the account manager and really just help make it happen as easy as it can be.
So more like a partnership, right?
Yes, right. Yeah. Which is really where we kind of develop this agency feel, right? So you're going to have this account manager. We're going to help keep you accountable. We're going to talk to you about trends, give you new ideas. There's a lot more going into that.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I thought was fun is you mentioned your gift have been featured on Entertainment Tonight. So tell us, how did that come about and what happened after?
So that's really what got us started. My relationships in the corporate world it came in handy there. They have, corporate brands, they'll look for like a celebrity representative. And so they developed a relationship with a celebrity, almost like in the Martha Stewart type space. And he had a friendship with Kerry Washington, and they were wrapping up Scandal. And she wanted to send gifts to everyone who made that possible. And so he was helping coordinate the different gift packages, because it was multiple gifts went out to everybody on the set, cast and crew. And so my corporate contacts asked me to put together the gift basket that would go to the whole cast and crew. Wow. So I did that, and it was a complete surprise. They were all texting me, do you see she shared your gift on Entertainment Tonight? And I still have that page. So it was a handmade Scandal card. It had this cool silhouette. I mean, oh my goodness. I still remember the day that we got approval to do that. And that appearance of the gift basket itself on Entertainment Tonight was still like a dream, right? So I have, so what happened after? I mean, that was the thing that I can really speak to, like, okay, look at, here's some of the work we can do. And it's really helped us.
Very fun. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Yeah. I love when things like that come about, and it just really helps to, again, reach millions with your message, whether it was expected or whether it really, I see it coming about through years of creating those relationships, right? That, sometimes you can luck into it. Sometimes somebody saw your site, super. And other times it comes from that person that's known you forever and says, you know what, you want to do this. Yeah. Now, you and I hold a similar philosophy in that the cost of a customer is high, right? So both time and cost. So like I teach, the kind of the follow-up through email marketing, you help turn existing clients into loyal and raving fans. So is there any additional steps that kind of has that client take that type of action so it really pays off?
So this is where, I think a lot of people, when you first have this idea that you want to leverage gifting, I think part of the thought process is, but now I'm spending this much money. And what we really help people understand is, just like you would do email marketing or any of your social marketing, this really should be another cost of marketing. And you need to think about it that way, because what you want to have happen when you're doing it right you get the additional visibility and you get the word of mouth that is sometimes priceless. And that's what we're striving for, is what kind of experiences can you create so that you are making it easy for those recipients, your clients or your leads, maybe your prospects, right, to share it and talk about it. Because, we know sponsorships. Take, for example, companies who do sponsorships. One of the outcomes that they want to happen when they sponsor is they want to see how much visibility, how much publicity they can get out of it, right? And they're tracking those measures. How many shares do we get? How many likes? All of these things. Well, look at this effort similarly. If you do this right, and I receive something and I am putting that out on social media and talking about how amazing and sharing your name, there's some return for you. How much would you pay for that type of marketing otherwise? Right. And so that's what we're trying to help drive is you've got to create these experiences that are so exciting, surprising, meaningful, that those recipients are out there telling everyone about you. If we have time, I can give you a quick story. We have an insurance client, and she, business, everything, and home. And this is one of my favorites. She was talking with one of her clients, and they were in the process of building a home. And you know how long that can take sometimes. And things had been dragging. And so she said, in the conversation, he said, my goodness, by the time this is done, I swear to you, I'm going to go get a gold shovel and we're going to do the whole ceremony, right? So she came to us and she said, you know what? This guy's been a long time client. I want to get him a golden shovel. So we went out and we decided in the end, let's make one. So got the shovel, spray painted it, put their initials on it, sent it to this guy. Now, here's what happened because that sounds expensive to people and that sounds like a lot of work. But the thing is, they received that shovel and they were so blown away. They told her they were making a video. They were really going to do the groundbreaking with this shovel. And not only that, so that video is going to be out there, right? She can use that. They're going to post it for their followers. But afterwards, they were making a case with that shovel so that the shovel could stay in the case and they were going to put it in the living room. So guess what? Every time someone walks in their living room, why do you have this shovel? And that story starts with my insurance agent got it for us. That is the kind of thing we are trying to make happen. When your clients start the story about you did something, there's your word of mouth.
I love that. And the other interesting thing you brought up, and I believe this to be true as well, is you need to allocate percents of sales to a marketing, just like you do for the email marketing element, just like you may do for social media marketing. I'm going to give you an example that we have just implemented across the boards, and that was we're doing Airbnb now, right? And so they teach you that 10% of the stay, you create a gift basket. Okay. So every person that's about to come, I build this 10% gift basket for. And it's mind blowing, because what's our goal really in the Airbnb world? It is to get those 5-star reviews, right? Without those, you're done. It's kind of like Be Connected, right? Be Connected engine, 5-star reviews are going to feed up the top and move down the others. Same with this Airbnb platform. And so every comment that we have ever gotten is the gift baskets that when we walk into the apartment are off the hook. They're spectacular. And that's the reaction you want, because now their entire stay has already been, a stake in the ground says, man, these guys already over delivered and I just got here.
Yep.
And it's it's every time. And that's the impact you want to make. And that's what, of course, a gift basket and of course, a follow-up with a physical something will do. So absolutely
great
love
story.
You fell into this niche. And hey, yeah, investigate the Airbnb. That is a niche in itself, right? They have consultants, 6-figure consultants helping the newcomers to the Airbnb platform to get started. I mean, it's a whole industry that, of course, I wasn't aware of,
Right.
but it's absolutely fascinating. And it is so member driven and driven by reviews, just like life now, right?
Well, it just everything you shared is so applicable then to business, your full business. We typically say take 5% of your profit, and that's the price of the gift to create. But 5 to 10%,
Perfect.
what is that to you?
Yeah.
Because if it drives the next customer or them to repeat,
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for.
exactly. I mean, spend 5%, as you say, on this to get a referral recommendation, or you're going to be spending 20% on methods to get a new customer. And that's what I mean. I was indicating too by that nurture cycle. It is far better to nurture and have repeat and referral than it is to run out there and get a new customer. The cost is enormously different.
Right, right. And
Awesome.
thank you. One of the big tips we share with people that, we all know about new and chasing sales, and it's part of what we need to do. But I think what we forget is that all of those existing customers we've accumulated, even our contacts, right? They're going somewhere if you're not doing anything with them.
Mhm.
And so at a minimum, how are you continuing to show up for them?
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. And it's so key. Well, thank you, Jamie, for being on Reach Millions TV and sharing your amazing insights and your business with us, and really just kind of letting us be aware, right? And that, gift giving always works.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for
So,
having me.
what's the best way for viewers to connect with you and continue this conversation?
Well, I would say start at the website. There's an experience there. You can experience us. So the website is theexpressory.com. So THE and then expressory.com. And of course, you can contact me through there as well. And I'm always happy to have a conversation and ideate. So.
Awesome. Well, be sure to connect with Jamie Shibley, and to help you reach millions, be sure to grab my free gifts and best resources from jointracy.com. Stay tuned to this channel for more exciting episodes of Reach Millions TV here on the Live in the Hive Broadcast Network. And until next time, I'm Tracy Repchuk, and here's to your continued success.